It's Monday, so I'm making a video. Can you hear that? I don't know why that's happening, but my allergies have been going crazy this summer. But it's okay. Me and sea moss are like this, even though I stopped taking it for a week. But anyway, I wanted to talk about being open to experiences. But this morning I was journaling and I was like, started going off from what I was talking about into how I view life, just like from the perspective of an observer, and not like, oh, I'm just quiet and I observe everything. I mean, yeah, I do, but also I mean from like a conscious, more spiritual standpoint of being the observer instead of being the human. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. If not, I'll explain it. So, I was explaining, well, when I journal, there's like, I want to say 3 different genres of writing that goes into my journal. The first genre would be like a diary entry slash rant. The second one would be like affirmations and manifestation. And the third is like some real deep spiritual shit. Like it's just like epiphanies and like, I don't know. I don't know what possesses me, but sometimes I get possessed when I'm writing and I just start writing fucking like deep ass shit. That's kind of like, I read over, I'm like, damn, who the fuck said that? Because I didn't know that shit, but I guess I did. So, yeah. But today was kind of like that, but not exactly like that. But I was just thinking, or not even thinking, I was writing. And I was talking about how every time I write, when I write down the things that I want, and when I write down the life that I view myself living, I'm kind of writing it like a script. You know, like I'm writing it like I'm some fucking character, and I'm basically making myself an OC, and I'm writing myself in a fan fiction. The fan fiction is my life. Okay? And I am the main character in this fan fiction. And the fan fiction can be about anything because I'm writing it. It's my life, right? It's like I'm co-writing with God, because also, as I am the writer, I also am the main character. So I know what I want to happen in the story, but also I am the one living through the story. So sometimes there's got to be plot twists that are for the viewer, which is also me. So it's like I'm co-writing with Source or God or whoever you believe in, your guides, your angels. I'm co-writing with all of them, right? Actually, wait, side note, I kind of view it as like I'm co-writing with God, but even though I am a piece of God, it's like I'm co-writing with like my highest self, who is God. Even though, you know what, I can't even say God is separate, because God's not separate from any of us. Even if you don't believe in God, it doesn't even have to be God, it's whatever you believe in. If you believe in science, science is part of you, basically. If it's a part of your existence, it's a part of you, right? So if I'm coexisting, co-writing, not coexisting, but co-writing my life story with God, but I am God because we're all pieces of God, then I'm ultra powerful because we're connected. And then my angels and my guides and my ancestors are the ones that are like, they're the, what is it called? The crew that's behind the stage, moving the shit around during the scenes, making shit happen. That's that's what they do. But anyway, I was writing about how life is a video game, and my sister told me about this too, and how she views life as a video game. There's like challenges and levels, and I'm like, period. And maxing out of stuff and whatever. So I was like, I get it. But me and my sister are kind of different, because she's very like go getter, hustle hard, like do this and that. I'm different. Like we both have the same vision and goal, but just different ways of getting to it. And so I'm kind of just like, let it go, let it flow, right? Like life will come to me. Life will meet me where I'm at. So I can be wherever I want and life's gonna meet me there. Like, of course I'm gonna work, not like work, but like work hard. And become. I'm more of like a becoming rather than working. You know, that's kind of how I feel. It's like I'm going to become this instead of work to get this, because I don't want to work to get nothing when everything is mine. I'm just going to become the person who has it. And that works better for me. So here's how I view life. Life is a video game, right? And in this video game, think of Minecraft, you're kind of in free play. I mean, creative mode. Free play / creative mode, but you don't have to think about Minecraft. Actually, forget about Minecraft. You're in free play mode for your entire life, right? Of course, like, you're being taken care of and whatever experiences you're experiencing in life, up until you're in a cognizant, if that's the right word, point in your life where you are conscious of everything that's happened. If you're the type of person who dwells on everything and is like, I don't know why this happened to me in my past, I don't understand like why all this stuff happens to me, horrible things always happen to me, I'm not talking to you. This is not for you. This is for the people who are like, shit happens in life, things happen, every experience is working out, is doing exactly what it needs to do. Everything happens for some reason to get me to where I need to go. That's who I'm talking to right now. If you believe everything's always working out for you and that every experience in life can be turned into something that makes you stronger, then that's what I mean when I'm talking about this video game. Because when you're in free play, it's like the map is undefined. You don't know anything that's on the map until you start going to those places. And like Fortnite, like it's like unlocks a new part of the map. And you go, and when you're exploring these different places on the map, you run into like a character. You run into a, what do you call them? An NPC or something like that. You run into side characters. And when you talk to those side characters or go to these little shops or these hole in the walls that you find in this new unlocked version of your map, or even in the same place in your map that you've always been around and you do something different, you can also enter like a challenge. Not a challenge, but like these little side levels, you know? Kind of like Scott Pilgrim, when like you go into that little store or whatever. But basically, when you're going into and having these little like side quests, it's basically a side quest. When you get challenges in your life, things that are hard or just random ass experiences, they're literally side quests. And you're still in free play mode while you're doing this. It's just something that's happening, like just for the shit of it, right? And after you go through that, you gain XP, you gain coins, and you gain more experience and you level up to go to do other things. Because now you have like, I don't know, better specs or better whatever to play. Maybe you're getting like upgraded stuff that like lets you do cooler things in free play, even though free play you can do whatever, you know. But that's kind of how I view life, which is like, main point of this is that these challenges that happen in life, everyone is going to experience difficult things and challenges in life. There's different severities, okay? Like, your dog dying is different than your dad dying. Like, sorry to say, unless you don't like your dad or you don't have a dog, you know what I mean? Like, things will affect you less or more depending on the situation and depending on who you are, but everyone is going to go through difficult things in life. And so something that I tell myself and that I affirm is that difficult things are simple for me, or difficult things are easy for me, because everyone goes through something difficult. Even if it's just like going to work or being an entrepreneur or something, and you run into like a difficulty in starting up something and you have to like do all this stuff to get it going, and you're like, damn, why can't it be simple? Right? Why can't it just be easy? Difficulties are here to gain you coins and XP. Okay? So you just gotta see it through and be like, whatever. The only person that gets tired is this character. But you are holding the control. I don't even really know what I'm saying, but if you get what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. I just wanted to make a video on here, and yeah. I think sometimes it's really easy to get caught up in your mind. Oh, here's Moochie, my baby girl Moochie. I'm a girl dad. Look at her. Oh my goodness. Where's your brother? Oh, okay. Okay, just hate me, it's fine. But it's easy when you're going through something difficult or something that you don't want to be going through, and you're kind of like, why the fuck is this happening? Like, what's the purpose of this, you know? It's easy to get caught up in feeling all types of way, of being like, oh my god, I don't want to deal with this. This actually sucks. Like, I don't know what to do. There's a lot that I have to do. It's just like too much, and I'm just overwhelmed and overstimulated. That literally happened to me today. I was literally overwhelmed and overstimulated. I was like, what the fuck? But then I started talking to myself. My highest self came in and was like, hold on, girl. Let's therapize. And so basically therapists myself, because nobody else can talk to me the way I can talk to me, okay? And I was like, okay, what's going on, girl? What are you feeling like? And that's what I mean when I say observer, okay? I'm talking to the observant part of myself who just observes life as it is. And then I talk to my emotional self who's like very invested in every single little thing, right? Because obviously things are going to pull different emotions out of you, make you feel different types of ways. So sometimes when they say don't let it affect you, that's when you're in observant mode. You're just like, okay, this person fucked me over. This person said this to me, or this person did this. And you're like, okay, not going to let it affect me because... But the part that of you that's human and emotional gets affected, right? And so when I'm feeling that type of way real bad, my observancy comes into play. And my observant self's like, what are you feeling? Like, feeling overwhelmed and overstimulated. Why? And I was just like, you know, this and this and this and this is happening. And I don't know what to do about this. Like, there's just so much to do about this. And like, I gotta do about this. And I keep worrying about this and worrying about this and this and this and this and this and this. Right? And then my observant self was like, what did you literally journal about this morning? And I was like, damn, that got me. Damn. Got me there. What can I say? Because I was really journaling about how these challenges in life, the difficulty things, is something everyone goes through, and it's just going to give me XP and coins. And I like getting XP and coins. And I also journaled that worry and fear and doubt are fake as fuck. Fake as fuck. And what I was feeling was worry and fear. So I was like, yeah, I journaled that worry and fear are fake, and it's unnecessary to dwell on such things. And so my observant self was like, okay, well, in order to get through this level or this side quest challenge, what do you need to do? And so I start listening out all the things I gotta do, and I'm like, it's just a lot of things. And then my observant self was like, well, what can you control out of all of these? What is the top priority out of all of these? And what from that can you control? So then I was like, you know what? This is important and this is important first off. These other things are not as important, and I can control this and I can control that. And one of those was asking for help. Like asking people for help instead of trying to do it all myself. Because when you try to do things by yourself all the time, it's just kind of like you're going to end up putting more energy into that than you are to get people to do what they got to do when helping you, right? Or just doing what they have to do, you know? And so then I managed to do everything I needed to do, and things started working out better than ever. And then I was like, damn, that was actually ended up gaining me so much XP. Literally within the same, literally 3-4 hours ago, this happened. And I was like, damn, right now I could still be sulking and just feeling like, oh, I don't know why this is all happening and why I gotta do all this and how I'm gonna do all this and what. But instead, I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna do what I can do, control what I can control, and what I can't control, I can't control. And yeah, basically. Anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to share. If you got anything from that, let me know. But also, one more thing was that I was thinking yesterday, if I'm being honest, I was literally on the toilet and this thought popped up in my head. And it was how it reminded me of a video I had watched of this lady talking about how true love exists and how her and her husband are truly soulmates, and that the fact that people don't believe in it is like, that's crazy. Like, why are you settling for someone you don't actually really are in love with like that? I was like, okay, I fuck with this because I believe in fairy tale romance and love. Like, my whole life I have. Okay, I don't believe that anybody should be getting with anybody and marrying anybody or staying with anybody if you're really not about it. Like, if you really don't even like them, or they like are pissing you off on the daily, or they're making you cry a lot, or they're making you upset, why do you want to be with someone that you don't want to be around? I cannot imagine. I'd be pissed off every day of my life if I was with somebody I don't even want to be with. Anyway, it was making me think about how, not even about romance, but it was about being open to receiving love in all different ways. And this is for what I was thinking about was friendships. Because I feel like sometimes when you grow up, you receive certain types of love from your family, and you get so used to that kind of love, like receiving that kind of love, that when you get different kinds of love, though it is love, it's unfamiliar. And sometimes you're just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to really accept this kind of love because that's not the kind of love I'm always given or that I've been given. So it's a little like putting me off a little bit. Even though you enjoy it and you like it, you're just kind of pushing it away, because you're like, I don't know. I'm not used to it. So clocking myself there, because I feel like I have an amazing friend. Loki, she's my best friend. And she just loves in a different way than my family loves me. And it's not any less of love, right? Because love is love. Love is love regardless. But it's like, I'm not used to being seen and loved in that sort of way, that I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Like, because it requires me to be more vulnerable. And I'm like, fuck, I hate being vulnerable. Which I'm literally being vulnerable right now. So, whatevs. But yeah, and so that made me think, letting yourself and allowing yourself to be open to different experiences, different ways of being loved, and different ways of receiving love and giving love besides what you're used to doing, is probably just going to open you up to a whole bunch of different opportunities and experiences that could be really good, really weird, very memorable. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been working on a bit. Yeah, that's kind of all I got to share. She wants to go to sleep now, so she's telling me to get off. Muji. Yeah, where's your brother? I gotta find my son, so I'll be gone. I love y'all. Buenas nachos. Let me know if y'all have any epiphanies or have anything you want to share. My nose is running, so if you guys saw that throughout the video, just ignore it. Okay, good night. I'll see you tomorrow or maybe Monday, next Monday.